Well, those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening on What's Brewing. New age cross-border workforce mobility platform Border Plus has raised $7 million in funding round led by Owl Ventures and participation from prominent entrepreneurs including Binny Bansal, Mithun Sacheti, Ritesh Agarwal, Akash Chaudhary and Apurva Patni. Now, this marks Border Plus's first institutional or external funding round, and to tell us how the fresh funds will empower Border Plus's mission to streamline international career opportunities for skilled Indian workers. Joining me now is its co-founder Mayank Kumar. Mayank, welcome back to Startup Street. First, tell us the pain point that you're solving with Border Plus. What is the big mission? And you've moved from Upgrad, which is EdTech, to now global talent mobility with Border Plus. What made you bet big on this space?
So, Shruti, first of all, thank you for having me here. See, the thesis was very simple. I think at Upgrad, we do a lot of work in the context of white-collar skilling and helping people get the right job in India and globally. But I always felt that there was a massive space in the blue and gray collar opportunity and sort of folks who are in the blue or gray collar sort of space. And what can one do to help them earn more? So whether they are looking at higher income, higher salary, and what better than placing them internationally, because there's a huge lack of talent or lack of sort of skilled talent internationally, and India thesis that all of us are chasing at Border Plus right now.
Okay, so Mayank, tell us how Border Plus streamlines international career opportunities for skilled Indians.
And we are providing them with a finishing school, which is anywhere between 7 to 8, 9 months long in duration. So a skilled nurse will join into the program, go through the finishing school, and then get trained and then get the visa and the job opportunity to get deployed internationally. So that's the journey that currently, so 7 to 9 month program for these workers, but all of them, Shruti, interestingly, will be linked to a job. So they would have a job on the other side, either in Germany, UK, US, etc. That's the entire sort of play that we are currently doing right now.
All right, so that brings me to my next question. Throw some light on your technology. How are you connecting global employers with skilled talent while ensuring that professionals are equipped for success in their new environments? And what are the checks in place so that it's a win-win for both parties?
You know, it's a very good question, because people usually think that this industry does not have any kind of technology requirement, no technology backbone, etc. But the very fact, Shruti, here is that it's a very, I would say, a lifestyle business for most people. So there's absolutely no technology getting used today. And I think if you look at the ecosystem, you know for a fact that many Indians are going abroad and getting placed and getting deployed internationally. But the usage of technology, the usage of any kind of platform is almost negligible or not there. So I think for us, we are focusing on 3 broad aspects of technology. The first one is purely how the workflow of the candidate and the recruiters end up getting streamlined for them to find the right candidate and for the candidates to find the right job. We are creating and sort of working on opening up ATS, which is the application tracking system, which will connect the two meaningfully, and you can get matched with the right background in the back data set. And the final one, which we're doing interestingly, which is the place where we are most excited about, is training somebody language and cultural skills require a lot of human intervention. And that's why we are working on creating AI agents and AI bots to provide the right training opportunities without getting constrained by the faculty out there in the market who can train somebody something in German. So I think this bot will create environments, create systems, and help people learn the language in a much faster and the right cost structure.
Absolutely. Mayank, as I mentioned earlier, this fundraise marks Border Plus's first external funding round. How do you plan to allocate the $7 million raised?
No, I think for us, the focus is going to be, so we are breaking down into 2 pools of capital within the 7 million. I think one pool of capital, about 60 to 70% of the overall pool, will be kept for operational and operating expenses. So for building the technology team, for building the platform, for creating the right network in both the places. The entire operating part will take about 60 to 70% of this capital pool. The remaining 30%, Shruti, we are keeping it allocated for potential M&As, whether in the destination markets like Germany, UK, US, etc., or in the source market like India, Philippines, Brazil, and Africa. So we'll look at allocating capital for M&A within that 7 million as well. So that's a broad use case for coming in.
So how soon will we hear of an M&A?
So the M&A will, there's still some time that we're talking actively to folks. I think in the next month or two, we should be able to
Okay.
announce a close of a couple of M&As. So again, this is the first time it's coming on CNBC TV 18.
Yes.
This is something that hopefully another month or two is what it will take us.
All right, we'll surely keep a track of that. Mayank, but what is the revenue model? How do you plan to make money and gradually turn profitable? Also, if there are some revenue targets and expansion targets that you can share.
Yeah, so the revenue model is very simple. The candidate pays us something, but the key revenue does not come from the candidate payout. Our approach here, Shruti, is that whatever the candidate pays us for going through the language training and the finishing school, we will pay it back. We'll sort of return the money back to the candidate, because we don't want to build a business where we are charging the candidate in the long run. Our broader revenue model is to be, we charge the recruiter or the healthcare institutions who are recruiting candidates from us. So we get the commission from those recruiters directly, and that's what covers the entire cost and the revenue model for us. Outside of that, our cost structure includes the cost of training, the cost of identifying the candidate, and cost of business development in these markets. So we believe that every candidate is going to be profitable. It is about how do we work with those candidates in the long run, and even beyond recruitment, how do we keep them on our payroll, create a large, long-term recurring revenue model.
All right. You know, Mayank, with a strong government push to promote skilled worker mobility and the global healthcare sector, like you mentioned, facing acute workforce shortages, clearly there is massive opportunity for Border Plus, and we wish you the very best for that. Thank you so much for your time on Startup Street.